setting into this season that you didn't have last season?
Well, when you get to the finals, everybody predicts you to be there again and try to win it all. I think that's the first goal is to get back to where we were and be better. But it's a hard thing to do. I mean, the league gets better every year. Matchups have a lot to do with it in the playoffs. But we think we're a better team. We think we've learned from last year. We've added some reinforcements, getting Emma Miseman back and Kiara Leslie. And so I think that on paper, which is a nice thing to have, is it we can compete with all the top teams and give ourselves a chance to go back to the finals. But it's going to take a daily focus. We've talked about as a team not talking about the finals, but talking about the day in front of us. And I think that's the easiest way to be good when you're supposed to be is take what's right in front of you.
Coach, you mentioned Emma. How much did you miss her last year? Now that you have her back, what kind of conversations have you had about trying to bring her back into the fold after the team did so well last season?
Well, I think there's a couple things. Obviously, she was saying, "Oh, you guys did great without me." I said, "Emma, we didn't win it." So, that's a big thing. I said, obviously, it was glaring when Elena went down. And we got spoiled by having the two of them together, and that in and of itself, pointed out how valuable she is. It allows us to play different kinds of lineups. We can play small, we can play big, we can play, people on the perimeter. She and Elena together as posts put one kind of problems out there for opponents. Then you can move Elena to the three and play, Emma and Latoya or Tiana, and you cause different problems. So she has, a lot to offer. It's going to hurt for a little bit that she has to leave us for almost a month. But being here for a full training camp and getting a few games in will help her. And probably right now, I don't even know if we'll start her at the beginning of the year because I don't want to have one lineup and then have her leave and go to another lineup. I think we'll figure that out when she comes back. And so let the group that started last year be the starters at the start of this year. They have a rhythm together so that we can sustain it while she's gone.
What was your biggest takeaway from the whole experience last year? You guys were down 2-1 in the series and came back and won that series. What was your biggest takeaway from that whole playoff run?
I think there's a couple things that come from that. The biggest one is resiliency, that they can fight back, go through tough situations and get through them. I think the other thing is that you realize there's a very slim margin between winning and losing. When you get to that point in the season, everybody's good. It's a one play here or there that can turn a game or turn the momentum of a game, and I think they've learned that you can't take any of that for granted. So I don't think they're starting the season, thinking, well, we're supposed to be there. We're supposed to do what's, like I said a minute ago, right in front of us.
Coach, you had some young players really step up in the playoffs last season. What do you anticipate about their development this year?
Well, I think just going through it, particularly for Ariel Atkins and even Natasha, although she's a veteran, it was the first time to go that extended in a playoff series. The physicality of it and what you have to do. Obviously, Ariel acquitted herself so well on the physicality part. She was, I think, our leading offensive rebounder in the playoffs. For a rookie to do that and be on the all-defensive team was quite an accomplishment. I think more than anything, you just learn all the ups and downs that you go through in a season. You're going to have tough times, you're going to have good times, and you got to kind of weather the storm all the time. And I think you learn that. I think it'll be a little bit better for them just walking into a situation where they're comfortable with their teammates, they know how they fit in. I think, if you got to about the third day of training camp last year and you asked Ariel Atkins how it was going, she would say her head was spinning. And now she comes in with a veteran's confidence.
Coach, obviously, Christy Tolliver plays a vocal role in the team, and she was kind of a player coach last season as well, but now she had experience as an assistant coach with the Wizards. What's she going to bring? What's new that she's going to bring to the team this year? Do you expect her to play even more vocal role?
I think so. I think that it's been noticeable already just in preseason workouts that her confidence level is an all-time high. Her ability to talk to her teammates both on and off the court has changed. She's, for lack of a better term, a little more chatty with everybody, coaches included. I told her, that there's going to be lessons she learned this season in the NBA that she can bring back. She could be upset with a player and then say, okay, turn that around, and don't be that player either. Hopefully, it's been a great experience for her. She says it has, and I think it will help her through the course of the season do a good job of communicating with her teammates.
Coach, how does it feel to have a home of your own now in this entertainment and sports arena? Last season, you guys had to play a playoff game at George Mason, and then you had to play at GW. So how does it feel, the comfortability level to have a place you can call home?
I think it's great. The atmosphere in here is going to be great. We're going to be sold out a lot of nights. We haven't really ever had at Capital One a home court advantage that some teams in our league have. It's too big an arena. When you got 20,000 seats, it's very difficult. Now we can have the fans on top of us, try to intimidate the opponents a little bit, know that we're going to be in our building all the time. It just helps your whole daily routine of, preparation. We can walk, 50 yards from our locker room and be, on the court here, and go 50 yards the other way and be in our practice court. So it's a great feeling, I think, for all of our players. And that newness coming off a run like we had feels like there's an added boost to everything we do this year.
Coach, where do you feel like the league is right now? It feels like you guys had a really big year last year, a lot of stars in the news. You've got the new CBS deal, but at the same time, still looking for a president.
Yeah, I don't really want to comment on the league because I've tried at my best this year to stay away from all those things and not to let it be a distraction. I think for me and my coaching staff and our players, our job is to just make the Washington Mystics the best team we can be. Join in the league marketing efforts. I think there's a lot of good things going on in the league, and I think that there's so many exceptional young players in the league right now that there's going to be a buzz throughout the league no matter what this year. It feels like a high energy thing. I'm sitting there watching the NBA playoff game last night and seeing the commercial for the WNBA, and it was well done, and I think you can get excited about the season. I think that everybody's off to a great start.
Of all the big names you guys have on this team, how cool is it to see Tosh in that commercial?
Yeah, it is. She spent a lot of time here in the city in the off season and doing things for the WNBA up in New York, participating in a lot of marketing things, and the fact that they've recognized her as one of our key players is a great thing for her and for us.
Coach, do you feel like this team is going to be the hunted going into the season? You have
Yes.
Maya Moore out, and Tarazi missing time, and Brianna Stewart out.
Well, I think we're hunted because when you go to the finals, that automatically puts a target on your back. And when you have everybody back and you add a couple good players, that adds to the aura about a team. Then you have Vegas, putting out their odds, and then you have, like you said, some injuries. I think it's okay. I told our players yesterday in our team meeting that you have to handle being the hunted. You have to understand that you're getting everybody's best shot, and that's why we can't look too far ahead to anything. We just got to play what's right in front of us. Our motto for the entire time I've been here is be better when you walk out of the gym than you were when you walked in that day. And if you stick to that principle, then you're going to do the right things.
How was team dinner?
It was great. We invited all the Mystics business staff to join us, and we had a Cinco de Mayo party. And it was great.
That's fun.
Well, they're very mature. They've come from good programs. We're not sure if Kiara's actually going to be able to play for the first part of the season here. She has an injury that we're getting checked out today. So that could be a little bit of a setback. Luckily, I said on draft day that we don't need our draft picks to come in and be saviors for us. They just need to try to fit in. We have enough ammunition with the group that we have, but it's a learning thing that will set her back. She and Sam, are used to winning. They have that mindset, so I think they'll fit in. But it's a battle for playing time on this team right now.